Tobacco, Kentucky, violence, and a fearless leader. Dr. David Amos of the Night Riders. The Night Riders began during the Black Patch Tobacco Wars in the early 1900s. They were a mysterious group that terrorized tobacco farmers who did not join the Planters Protection Association. They raided tobacco warehouses, burned barns and crops across western Kentucky and western Tennessee. Dr. David Amos received military training at Major Farrell's Military School in Hopkinsville. He trained the Night Riders and organized their attacks. The group was well disciplined and hid their identities. The members took blood oaths and operated in secrecy. Dr. Amos joined the PPA and began to advocate for violence. He began holding secret meetings and making plans to act. Their main enemy was the Tobacco Trust, led by David Duke. Raids began in western Kentucky and western Tennessee and lasted until 1908. As the raids began to die down, people sought justice for those responsible. A raid took place in Hopkinsville in 1907, and in 1910, Dr. Amos was put on trial. Judge Hanbury presided over the trial of Dr. Amos. Judge Hanbury had won election and was a law and order candidate. A law and order party had been created to counter Night Rider sympathizers. In March 1910, Dr. Amos was identified by Milton Oliver as being the leader of the Hopkinsville raid. Milton Oliver was a Night Rider. After he accused Dr. Amos, Milton was threatened. People were told to avoid him. 2 months later, Milton was shot in the hip outside his home. While all this was going on, Axiom Cooper was killed by Night Riders. Dr. Amos's trial was postponed to March 1911. The Commonwealth Attorney, Denny P. Smith, led the case against Dr. Amos. His biggest concern was the jury selection. A lot of the cases dealing with the Night Riders had juries full of supporters, which led to numerous acquittals. The trial began on March 8th. It lasted till March 16th. Dr. Amos's alibi was simple. He was making a house call to William White, whose wife was sick on the night of the raid. The prosecution tried to disprove his alibi, but was unsuccessful. William White's son-in-law did not answer his subpoena. Other witnesses were not able to discredit Dr. Amos. The case was decided before it began. The jury took 40 minutes to declare Dr. Amos innocent. The blood oath of the Night Riders was taken seriously. Few would speak out against one another. After the Milton Oliver incident, people were scared. Many others were put on trial for the raid in Hopkinsville, and they were all acquitted or dismissed. Even though the case did not bring the justice the people wanted, it was the beginning of the end of the Night Riders. William White was looked at as a coward for lying for Dr. Amos, and he became the pariah of the community and was forced out by church leaders. Don't forget to try out audibletrial.com/kyhistorypod to get a free book of your choosing. If you'd like to support the channel, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/kyhistorypod. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for more Kentucky history content. Find us on these social media platforms and check out the Kentucky History Podcast on these podcast platforms for more in-depth history of Kentucky. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.